राघव पाद चरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद चरणं राघव पाद चरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद चरणं नीनाटु गुरुवे श्यामल रूप श्री गुरु राघव श्री गुरुनाथ अज्ञानத்தை போக்கும் नीनाटु गुरुवे ஞானத்தை அளிக்கும் தீகுணநாத राघव पाद चरणं राघव पाद शरणं राघव पाद शरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद नाडी ज्योतिर आराய்ச்சியாளர் नक्षत्र सिद्धांत ज्योतिर गुरुवे करुणை கடலே கலாம் சனாயதா உத்தம தேகான தந்தையே राघव पाद शरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद शरणं राघव पाद चरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद चरणं ज्योतिर कलये निपुणरिगिरिये आत्मबलं तरुं श्री गुरुनाथ नियतकुंदैरं गुरुनाथ अभयमलितव श्री गुरुनाथ राघव पाद चरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद चरणं राघव पाद चरणं श्री गुरु राघव पाद अष्टांग योगिये अடைக்கலம் கொடுத்தவர் அனைவரும் அறிந்தவர் ஸ்ரீ குருநாத பூசத்தின் நாயகரே நீநாட்டு குருவே வைராகிய புருஷரே நக்ஷத்திர நாயகா ராகவ பாத சரணம் ஸ்ரீ குரு ராகவ பாத சரணம் ராகவ பாத சரணம் ஸ்ரீ குரு ராகவ பாத சரணம். శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి బ్రహ్మానందం పరమసుఖదం కేవలం జ్ఞానమూర్తిం భావాతీతం త్రిగుణరహితం సద్గురుం తం నమామి. జై మీనాటు. ప్రణామ్స్ టు పూజ్య గురుజీ శ్రీ ఎన్వి రాఘవాచారి గారు మీనాటు అండ్ ప్రొఫెసర్ NVRA రాజా గారు మీనాటు జూనియర్. Just by remembering our Guru, we will be able to overcome all the obstacles. That is why at the beginning of everything the Guru is remembered. Respected dignitaries, scholars, astrologers, learned viewers on our live Meenatu online YouTube channel, Shubha Sayam. We have gathered today to celebrate the auspicious Guru Poornima, the Vyasa Poornima or the Jnana Poornima, when we celebrate the Guru and blossom into the pinnacle of gratitude for the grace of the Guru, the Guru Tattva. We begin today's program with an invitation by Srimati Madhulata Karanam.
శుక్లాంబరధరం విష్ణు శశివర్ణం చతుర్భుజం ప్రసన్నవదనం ధ్యాయేత్ సర్వ విఘ్నోపశాంతయే అగజా సత్యబుధనాది శోభితం మీనాద్వయనాది శోభితం ఫలిత జ్యోతిష్యం ప్రకాశితం నమామి శ్రీ రాఘవాచార్యం ఫలిత జ్యోతిష్యం ప్రభావితం నమామి శ్రీ రాఘవాచార్యం ప్రణమామ్యహం శ్రీ రాఘవాచార్యం ప్రణమామ్యహం శ్రీ రాఘవాచార్యం ప్రణమామ్యహం Namaste.
Thank you very much, madam, for the soulful rendition and invoking the Guru. We are indeed blessed to honor, admire, celebrate, worship, and pay our respectful homage to the Yuga Rishi, Paramapuja Guruji, Sri N.V. Raghavacharya Garu, Meenatu, a Siddha Purusha who has revived the Nakshatra Siddhantha from deep research and decoded the sacred NAADI texts to give us the precious concepts and sutras in predictive astrology. We are the blessed students of Professor NVRA Rajas, learning the unique Meenatu Nakshatra Siddhantam of Parampuja Guruji. We have learnt the importance of the inner stellar effects of the planets and their application extensively. Let us just take a look and understand the most valuable concept of Meenatu, that is Dr. Raja's Nakshatra Prashna. The DRM today, that is the Nakshatra today, is the Purvashada. And the moon now is in Purvashada 4, that is Uttamadrekana, in the house of Jupiter. And the HRM at the beginning of the program, that is the horary moon, is in Punarvasu, Uttamadrekana, in the star of the Jupiter. Along with the sun, who is also in Punarvasu, Vargottamottamadrekana, in the star of the Jupiter. So you see, the luminaries, the sun and the moon, are very strong and totally influenced by the strong Jupiter. So we all know that the placement of the Nakshatra Lord of the HRM is the Nakshatra Prashna Lagna. Now, as Jupiter is the star lord of the HRM, the Lagna is Meena. Please notice that we are the students of Meenatu and we are talking about the glory of the Meenatu system. Guruve Sharanam. So Meenatu represents the ocean of the boundless knowledge, and the Guru Jupiter, the divine Jupiter, represents divine knowledge, wisdom and intellect. A strong Jupiter with Digbala in his own house, in the Lagna, is truly symbolic of the abundant grace of Puja Guruji on every one of us. Shall we all together applaud this moment once again? I quote Professor T.K. Raghunathan, our principal, a great poet and author. He says, "There is a dark road ahead of me in this journey called life. I am not scared. I will walk through this life and beyond. There is my Guruji lighting up my path. That is my conviction, inspired by a good teacher. May his name inspire us all for a long, long time. Palland, Palland." So I also request Principal Professor T.K. Raghunathan to give his message on this auspicious day.
Thank you, Hema. Madhu Madam and Hema Madam have set the tone for today's function. Thank you. Let me start my talk by welcoming all of you for today's function. We have our trustee, Mr. Jain, also joining us with us. And on behalf of Mr. Raja, Dr. Raja, our chairman, I am inviting all of you for today's function. I'm welcoming you, all of you, for this function. Our faculty member, Dr. Patnaik, has invited some distinguished guests also for the occasion. I welcome you also, sir, for that. And I expect you to speak a few words to the students when the time comes very soon. Hemalata mentioned about the HRM and the DRM. She said the function started with the HRM at the Punarvasu 4, which means Karkataka Rasi. Now, what does this Cancer sign mean to us? It consists of 3 stars, Punarvasu, Pushyami, followed by Aslesha. The lords of these stars are respectively Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. Now, Jupiter represents wisdom, Mercury represents intelligence. The Shani in between them is the Shraddha with which we approach whatever work we are doing. This being a day of a scholastic nature. That means we are talking about Guru from whom we are learning. And Saturn is a long-term planet. That means you cannot learn anything fast. You have to apply yourself with lot of Shraddha, take your own time, and then study whatever you want to study in depth. That's how the 3 planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury, have important role to play in the domain of education. So we are starting our function at the right time with the planets all, as explained by Hemalata, in all right positions. Especially Venus also has joined the Sun, and then we got Mercury also together. So 3 very powerful things are there in Mithuna. So that's also a very good sign for this function. Now I am going to talk about 5 questions. And then the answer to these questions will sum up our approach to Guru Poornima. Why we are celebrating this in such a grand manner, inviting all of you, engaging a big hall, and then putting our Guruji on a high pedestal, and then worshipping him. There is a reason for that. Normally, this day, in olden days, was considered as Vyasa Poornima only. And then over a period of time, that Vyasa Poornima also became Guru Poornima. So this transition, Vyasa Poornima to Guru Poornima, is something that we have to understand. Why? What did Vyasa do to deserve a day for himself, to be followed by all the people of India, to celebrate that as a big day? We all know about Vedas, and then Vedas is a big monolith. It contains everything under the sun. All aspects of knowledge are all said to be contained in Vedas. Vyasa realized that it is very difficult for an ordinary person to learn Veda in totality within a lifetime. Because in earlier days, people had fantastic memory and they could understand and grasp large volume of information very fast and then use it in their lifetime. But as the days progressed and then various yugas came into being, this memory power of man became less and less and less. And then it was not possible for any man of ordinary nature, average person, to learn Vedas at all. So he foresaw such a situation. So he decided to recompile Vedas into various smaller packages which are easily learnable by an ordinary person, and then use it in his lifetime. That's how the one conglomerate of Vedas was split into originally 3 Vedas, and then afterwards 4 Vedas, and then Upanishads and other commentaries were all added to that as a knowledge package for people to study, learn, absorb, apply in their lifetime. Now, this is a very gigantic task, because after Vyasa classified the Vedas in this way, many other scholars also joined him and then started breaking various knowledge packages also into smaller and smaller packages, so that we can implement very structured educational program. What we see from today, +2, that is first class to 12th class, and then graduation, then master's degree, and then PhD program, like that. all this structured education started with that original classification by Vyasa. So that's why the work done by Vyasa was very path-breaking work. That's why we respect him as the first guru. And then we started celebrating Vyasa Poornima also as a Guru Poornima. In India, we also have 5th September as a Teacher's Day, but that is of recent origin. But for centuries together, we have been celebrating Vyasa Poornima as a Guru Poornima. Now I have answered the first question. Now second question. Why are we celebrating it? We at JKR, by we I mean people, the students of JKR Astro Research Foundation. Why are we celebrating that? You will see that we have a picture of our Puja Guruji Sri Raghavachari, but we don't have a picture of Vyasa here. Why? Because we have taken astrology as our subject, and for astrology we consider Sri Raghavachari as our Puja Guruji. What did he do that was so great that we in our mind are able to compare him with Vyasa? Just like Vyasa classified Vedas into 4 things, our Guruji also classified NAADI Shastra. NAADI Shastra by itself is an ocean which cannot be learned by ordinary people like you and me. I'm sorry, me, I should not include you, but people like us, very difficult to learn. So what he did was, he simplified that NAADI Shastra and then broke it up into different topics like Uttama Drakana, Digbala, Jiva Sarira, and Kalamsa, Gunas. So like that, when a particular knowledge package, big knowledge package, which cannot be understood or studied over a lifetime, is split into that, it makes it easier for students to study, absorb, and apply in practice. That's why we feel in our mind that what Sri Raghavachari did was also as important as Vyasa, and that's how we are celebrating our Guru Poornima with Raghavachari as our main point of concern. That answers the second question. Now what do these gurus do? Why are we keeping, as per Sanatana Dharma, we are keeping Guru at a very high pedestal. And then we do not do anything worthwhile without taking the help, advice, guidance of a Guru, because he sets our activity going. Now, God has given us a beautiful body with so many organs like eyes, nose, mouth, tongue, skin, like that. Every organ like this helps us to learn. We learn from what we see. We learn from what we talk, what we hear, what we eat, what we smell. Every organ that is in our body is an aid to learning. And our Guru, what does he do? He makes us see things that we cannot normally see.